yes, we do have now Mr. Billy Gillis Harry, the National President of Petroleum Products Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria, PETROAN. Dr. Harris, a happy holiday and welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. Happy holiday to all of us, Nigerians and every one of us. It's a season of joy, and I wish all of us happiness, endurance, and grace to carry on.
All right, so it's been 1 year since we have a new GCEO of the NNPCL. I know you shared your statement over the weekend. How would you rate his work performance in the last 12 months?
Well, first of all, we would like to congratulate Engineer Bayo Julari and also thank Mr. President and every process that has whipped up Bayo Julari as a Group CEO of NNPC. We have our disagreements in certain statements, certain positioning that has been made previously, but we see on the average that Mr. Engineer Bayo Julari has done well, especially in working hard to make sure that the refineries that are owned publicly by Nigerians through NNPC are all revamped and put back into effective use. Because if we had our local refineries, especially the ones owned by NNPC, working, in addition to what Dangote has done for us, very graciously and very progressively thinking businessman, Nigeria will be cushioned from some of these vagaries that are affecting us from the Iran-Israeli-American war.
You also raised some issues, top on the list being government-owned refineries. You're asking for startup of it. I wonder if that's what we should be talking about, seeing that a lot of money has already been spent on it. Some people are asking for an outright sale of it.
Well, that asset belongs to Nigerians, and all of us have a stake in there. When you do outright sale of an asset that your father owns, what exactly are you telling people and even the future? I don't think outright sale is the best. With partnership, so that Nigerians will still own part of the assets, will be a better way to go. We have advocated in the past that a public-private partnership model should be used, and that's one of the reasons we are congratulating Bayo Julari. We have somehow met with some of those companies that are interested in taking over those refineries, especially the ones in Port Harcourt, because the one in Port Harcourt was already producing, but for some reason about commercial viability, it was put on hold. So we will really think that the best way to go will be to collaborate with the grassroots stakeholder environment in the industry, and also companies that have the capacity to bring in funds and technology and make the refineries to work. When you sell it, whoever that buys it will actually make a business out of it. And very frontal in our mind is the element petrochemical that is in a lesser element there. That facility was lying fallow, doing almost nothing commercially until an Indian company procured it. And look at the size of business that that company is doing and the kind of input that the economy, its activity is pumping into the economy of India, and some minimal value to Nigeria. So we don't need to make those mistakes anymore. We need to focus on exactly what will be beneficial to Nigerians, not short-term, mid-term, and long-term.
The issue you raised in your statement is the issue of crude to local refineries. And some people have suggested that at a time when we see this huge volatility in the price of crude oil globally, perhaps this could serve as a platform for the government if they were to give more crude, perhaps on the price or some kind of, well, I don't want to call it subsidy, you know, to local refiners as a way to ease some of the burden from consumers at a time like this.
Well, you can only give what you have. Nigeria, prior to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's taking over the reins of leadership, has already committed to so many forward sale packages of our crude oil. And I believe that this administration without making so much noise about what has gone wrong or not, is battling with values. And that's why we salute Minister of State of Petroleum, the Honorable Senator Lopobri Enikin, and the President, and of course all of his team for, taking the bull by the horn and ensuring that we get to where we want to go. From PETROAN's perspective, we think that if the communities that are the oil-bearing communities, especially those in the Niger Delta, are brought on the table, considered stakeholders, just like what Tantita has done, a Niger Delta company protecting the assets of Nigeria and doing so much good for us. If we have all the communities coming together and giving value that will be able to make production of crude oil much more higher, we should be looking more in that direction than giving any kind of subsidy in crude oil sales. What we should rather think about is more production. So when you have more production, then you can give. But at this time, whatever crude oil that Dangote is getting is being squeezed out from all of the assets that are being mined from our crude oil exploration campaigns, so which is not sufficient. And that's why we are saying that NOPRIC, the president, and everyone that is in the industry that is supposed to work on improved crude oil production and gas should take very, very strong exception to how that is not working and declare a state of emergency for production of crude oil in Nigeria so that we can be able to get that.
All right,
Dr.
Dr. Billy
We think 4 billion will be good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
We're totally out of time. Dr. Billy Gillies Harry, the National President of Petroleum Products Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.